I have a very different approach on how I take trades on 0DTE. 0DTE is known as 0 days till expiration, and in options, this means that your contracts are expiring that particular day, which in return means that you're going to either have a very large loss or a very large win. So you have to have your risk management completely on point, otherwise you can easily blow your account. So today I'm going to show you guys a trade which I took last Friday, which was on Meta, but it was not at the open. It was later on in the day, around 15 to 30 minutes after the market opened. And I'm going to explain exactly why I took the trade. Despite during that day, you'll see that a lot of other setups were going towards the upside, but I decided to go short rather than long. And I'm going to show you exactly what gave me the confidence. Let's get into it. So this was the trade. It was a very short trade, but paid very, very well. You guys can see that the entry price was around $3.50. And at the peak of this, the premiums hit almost $10. We were able to scale out some of our position around $8.60. But a net return on this trade was around 57%. The reason for that is how quickly the premiums lost value. So some of the things that I do differently on 0DTE is, one, I sized out. So you guys have seen some of the trade recaps that I posted last 2 weeks. My position size was 40 to 45,000. And on 0DTE, I always size down between 30 to 35,000. So if I am wrong and the trade takes 20% loss or 30% loss, and you translate that into a $45,000 position, that loss is going to be anywhere between 15, maybe 20% loss on that original value. So I size down because I know that if I'm wrong, this is how much of a hit I'm going to take. So looking back into this trade and why I decided to jump in, let's go back and look at the daily chart. You guys can see overall on the daily, Meta has been coming back to fill this gap. The gap in question around that time was between the 740-ish level all the way down to 690, which this has already pretty much filled. So now this is up until Thursday, and going into Thursday, you guys can see we have a level at 660. So this level is very, very important in terms of when we will be taking the trade. When you're looking at this chart at that time, you're not going to be seeing that 660 break. This is all that you pretty much see. So when we translate that into the pre-market data, this is what you guys will most probably see, right? So 660 level was respected very well the previous day as well. And when we come down here, you guys can see pre-market was held here as well. Another thing that I keep on watch to see the overall direction of the market is going to be SPY. Let's look at the charts right around that time. So I'm going to change this into a 5-minute chart to compare both of these. All right. So this is the opening candle on SPY. You see that 3 candles going into that 685 level, right? We're pushing higher, but look at the volume. Volume is decreasing. There's no interest behind this move. If price is pushing higher and higher, volume should be increasing as well, or staying very consistently around the same level, meaning this volume should be somewhere around 2 to 3 million consistently, but that is not the case. You guys can see volume goes from almost 3.7 million, 3 million, 2 million, 2 million, down to 1.5 million at that rejection. All right. So now when you translate that into the other side, right, you have Meta's opening candle that fails around 672. We drop to that 660 level. We get that pullback into 662. And during that pullback, you guys can see the volume drops, right? That's one of the biggest indicator when you have a reversal coming in and volume is not that aggressive. That means that it's not actually a reversal, it's just a slight pullback for a continuation. And here, you guys can see as we start to drop back down, volume comes in. Now, obviously, this is something you'll see afterwards. Looking into it up until here, you're not going to know if the volume is going to increase or not. But with SPY now rejecting and coming back down, this is what gave me the confidence to take Meta at that retest off that 660 level. Once we closed into that 660, this is where I decided to pull the trigger to go short, with starting my stop loss around 662, right? And as we pushed lower and lower, I started to scale out. You guys can see that premiums were very, very aggressive in terms of giving us that return. $5.30 2 minutes later, $7.20, and a few moments later, $8.60. Now at this point, I got very, very comfortable because my strike was 655. Now, even though it's 0DT, I increased my stop loss to that 655 because now that is my strike. As long as we stay below it and I'm in the money, I'm not going to lose premium value that hard like usually you do on 0DT. But you guys can see the moment we gave that up, the premiums went right back to around $596. This is where we closed the trade because now we were very close to giving up our in the money status, and that is one thing that you do not want to lose once you gain on 0DT. Specifically for any trade, when the strike becomes in the money, it's much easier for you to manage that trade. Now you can focus on other setups. The deeper it goes in the money, the more you're going to have in terms of your net return. Most of my high winning trades do not come from bigger position sizes. They come from holding the winning trade as long as possible, because at the end, the net return is what really matters. I hope this trade recap was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions and I'll address them in the next YouTube video. I'll see you guys in the next video.